Amazing. We have Italy, we have London here. So amazing. We have LA. Woo! LA is on the map. San Francisco, Israel. Woo! So cool. I'm so excited. London as well. We are all over the world, guys. We have Philippines as well. This is amazing. Amazing, amazing. New York City. New York City is on the map. That's amazing as well. All right. I'm very excited in Israel, in Bristol. Very exciting. I'm very excited to get started. All right. Let me jump. Today we're going to talk about strategies let me just close this. Okay. Hey, everyone. So happy to see you. This is 10 a.m. I am this person who starts on time because I respect everyone's time. And I'm very excited to be here today. I know that a lot of people had a lot of questions about, how to build the strategies for 2022, especially on Instagram. Instagram has been, changing so much, has been tricking us even a little bit, by changing the algorithm. So many things have changed. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to win this on 2022. There are so many things. I could talk for hours, literally, not only on Instagram, but, on so many levels, on so many channels. I could talk to you about whatever, LinkedIn, about Clubhouse, about Twitter Spaces, about NFTs, about, crypto, about building sell funnels, about marketing strategy, building your content pillars, building your brand on a community, or so many things. But today we're going to focus on strategies on Instagram specifically. And I created for you something really sweet and really cool. I'm going to share the screen right now. Let me see that we are all here. I'm so happy to see so many people from all over the world. Listen, I'm so excited to know that I can get in touch with so many people on so many levels and so many places. You know how many times I'm just waking up in the morning and I'm telling myself, wow, this is amazing that I'm able to speak to someone from the Philippines, from someone from Israel, from someone from Italy, someone from London, and we are all building together. On 2022, I know that we are all going through these times in life that it is so crucial to understand the online world. It's not anymore just a privilege, it's a must. We all have to be there. We all have to understand how to leverage those tools. We all have to really understand how to take our business and grow our communities and create our brand, even if we are not, even if we're not running a business, even if it's just for ourselves, for our own brand, for our talents, for our knowledge. Everyone today can be a star. Everyone today can be a successful entrepreneur or can be a business owner that succeed. Everyone can. It's all matter of learning. And if you guys are here, you already are doing the first steps for that. And this is amazing. I think that everyone who is really bothering to come here and learn and observe and understand and take the time to really invest in his own business, in his own future, that's how you really succeed. And what I'm going to teach you here are some of the most crucial Instagram algorithm hacks and tips that are going to change your game, change your strategy. And I want to make sure that you're taking a pen and a pencil, Take a pencil. Who uses pencil? Actually, a lot of people using pencils, but I actually love pencils. But take a pen and a piece of paper. Make sure you write down everything that we are going through. Okay, it is very crucial. This video is not gonna be saved right now. We are saving it for later usage, but we're not gonna give it away after. So you have a one-time chance to see it now, and we might bring it out later on as some gifts, as something that we're giving away. But right now, it's not gonna happen. So make sure you write down everything. And I also have a gift for you at the end. I have a surprise for you at the end. I have a lot of things coming up, and I'm going to get started, so I won't rumble too much. If you guys have questions or anything you want to ask or share, feel free to write in the comments. From time to time, I'm going to check the comments and see the chat. I'm sorry. I'm going to see the chat and take a look. And also what I want to tell you is that we have a community that is growing exponentially. So I welcome everyone to go to my Instagram page. You can follow me if you want, but if maybe you already are. But in the last post where I shared something about building your online business, a carousel over there, go ahead and write the word community. Okay, when you are writing the word community, that's when you are actually going to receive a DM explaining you on how to join our community if you are not there yet, to take part of our webinars, our membership highlights, our growth hacks that we do on a daily basis. And I'm going to explain it more later on. So I'm going to dive into our presentation today. Let me just open it up and make sure that you guys are seeing it. Okay. You guys see it well? You can, so what happens is when I'm inside the, let me first go back to you guys and see that you are seeing the presentation. Let me know that you see, do you guys see the presentation? Can you write me down in the comments right here to make sure that you guys see it well? You don't see. Okay, you don't see. Hold on a second. Good that you told me that. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. You know, there's a button that says share the screen, Tal. So I just shared the screen with you. Now, do you see it? Do you guys see my presentation? Yes. All right, we're getting started, you guys. I'm very, very excited. Let me close the chat. So now I'm not going to see you in the chat. I'm just going to see my presentation. You can write down questions if you have. I'm happy to answer them later on. And let's dive in. So we're going to talk today about mastering the Instagram algorithms on 2022. Now, Instagram, as you know, is an ever-changing, forever changing, platform. And there are always changes constantly. So we're going to talk about that right now. Now, we have a special gift at the end, so make sure you stay tuned and you stay until the end. We're not going to have it too long. It's going to be a short masterclass, really to the point, with all the important notes and key things that you have to know. And at the end, we have a gift for you guys, so make sure you stay until the end so you can receive it. So, this is me, and this is my boss, all right? My boss is 2 years old. Her name is Ariel, and she's the most beautiful creature in the planet. Now, this is my team. We're all over the place. We are, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself so you will know who you're talking to, because some people are coming here and they're like, why would I learn from that lady? I registered, but who is she and why would I learn about her? So Social Lady, we are a company that we're a digital marketing agency that works with entrepreneurs, with companies, organizations to grow their online presence, to create their online business, to help them leverage their presence, their brand, their community, and their look and feel and everything related to their online presence. So we are doing multiple things in the company, but let me take you reverse on how I actually, a little bit about my history. I started my journey. My first company I built at 2003. And in 2006, I've built my first online company. So I started to actually build websites from coding by myself without knowing, there was no Wix or WordPress. I used to build websites from coding. I learned everything by myself, graphic design, coding, marketing, everything. It's a self-learning. And in 2006, I moved to a Caribbean island. It's where I built my first ever company related to the online world. And it was a kite surfing company. And I have been discovered the online world, and there was MySpace at the time. There were no Instagram, there was no Clubhouse, everything was everything was at the beginning. Even Facebook was just at the beginning of the journey. So I started to promote this company that I had on MySpace, on YouTube, just started at the time. Today it's the second largest search engine in the world, but then it just was at the beginning of it. And Facebook came to the world on 2003, but obviously it just started to grow. In 2006, they created the groups and the pages, and things have started to evolve. So I have really built it from scratch since many, many years ago. And I have been in the business for almost more than 16 years now. And I'm very happy to be here for you. And we fast forward to 2022, which is now. I'm running a Social Lady agency. We are a growing company. We are building, as I said, companies, organizations, and NFT projects as well. We shifted as well in the past year for NFT-oriented world as well, for those who are interested. And we're super happy to be here and help. So these are some of our services, just so you know, you get to know us. This is our Instagram page. You're welcome to come follow up and check out our updates and notes about everything. We do just social media management, NFT marketing, Instagram management, LinkedIn, Twitter, website, landing pages, everything related to the online world. Also PR, different PR opportunities, the blue tick and everything. So we are here for you guys, and I'm gonna just dive into how are we going to make Instagram work for you as an effective marketing tool on 2022. You guys are ready? We're diving in. Okay. So first of all, the biggest takeaways about Instagram are, first of all, it's an ever-changing platform. Everything that happened to you last year is not the same as this year. Okay, on August 2019, Instagram made a huge change. It made a huge change in algorithm. It dropped a lot of exposure for a lot of people on many levels. I'm sure you felt it when you saw that you have less exposure on stories, on posts. They changed the hierarchy of the order of the posts on the feed. They made big changes on 2019. A lot of people have suffered since. We also lost a lot of followers. I'm sure you heard about the big drop of numbers on Instagram. Maybe you felt it on your own Instagram as well. And it's always keep on changing. So it is very important to always be on top of things, to always follow up on what's going on with Instagram. Just want to make sure. Yes, I don't see any comments, so it means that you guys are hearing me well. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. And also you have to always update your plan of action, because if you have, in the past, if we did, for example, in IGTV, it's not exist anymore. So there are a lot of things that have been changed, and let's talk about some of the changes that happened during 2022. So some of the changes that happened during 2021, the IGTV has canceled. You know that we had a long form video display option on the content of Instagram. And it was just canceled this year. So, and Instagram putting much more power on the Reels. We're going to talk about the Reels in just a minute, so you understand how to use and what. But stories reach has dropped a lot, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to grow your stories reach as well. It is very important and crucial, as I said, to implement as well. Everything I'm teaching you here are things that you're going to implement. You're going to see an immediate change. It is very, very effective, very, very important to do so, and very, very important to follow up and be consistent on those things, okay? To keep on doing that. And I know a lot of us are saying, we're so busy, I don't know where we're going to upload an Instagram post, when are we going to actually follow up everything? It is very important to follow up those things and keep on doing them along the way, okay? Not giving up. You have to put it in your calendar, uploading a post, and the times to upload a post, I usually recommend to upload posts between 2 to 3 times a week. It also depends on what's your brand, who's your audience, what your goals. It really depends on the hours, where you live in the world, what kind of situation you have. So many in your culture. In what situation you have in your country. If there's a war, for God forbid, or if there is the Olympics happening, or I don't know what. So a lot of things depends on what your environment is. A lot of things depends on the changes of the algorithms. A lot of things depends on the content you upload, the target audience that you are aiming to reach. And we're going to talk about all that in just a minute. Okay. From time to time, I'm sneaking peek to see that we have no comments and nothing. Okay, great. All right. So let's talk about the Instagram algorithm. The Instagram algorithm is based on its business model. Now, Instagram business model is obviously they're making money from their ads, okay? So the more you are consistently inside the app, the more you are scrolling in and looking at, posts and stories and reels, the more you are the longer you're staying inside the app, the more chances you're going to see ads. And every time you click on an ad, or even impressions, every time you see an ad, if you're scrolling through it, they are making money. So Instagram's goal at the end of the day is to keep you as much as they can inside the app. Keep you engaged, keep you looking and scrolling and searching and sitting and getting stuck on the app as much as you can. Because the more you're there, the more chances you're going to click on the ads and they're going to make money. So how does it work, basically? The Instagram algorithm knows everything about you. It knows, what posts you liked or comment. It knows what hashtags you use. It knows how frequent you are sending DMs, what kind of DMs, what keywords you're using in the DMs, okay? They know what stories you've watched, what type of stories, from what people, from what accounts. They know who you're following. They know who you tagged. They even know type of device that you have, if it's an iPhone, an Android, anything else. They even know what kind of Wi-Fi you're using or internet provider. They know everything about each and every one of us. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are controlling what we are bringing to our plate. So everyone has a niche. Everyone needs to know what's his industry and what's his niche, and try to be consistent with keywords, with content, with everything that is related to your audience. And we're going to talk about it in a bit. But first of all, about the algorithm. So let me take you to my Explorer during 2021. Okay, as you know, or you don't know, I am pregnant at the moment, 5 months in, and I have a baby at home. So for me, I always scrolling in different places related to kids, related to clothing for kids, related to pregnancy, related to motherhood. And for me, I am chatting with mothers. I am going to groups of mothers. I see stories of mothers. I see stories about babies and all those things. And Instagram knows that. And therefore, this is what they represent to me. So if you are seeing things in your feed, there are many things that also included in your search result at the Explore page. They might show you things that your friends liked. They might show you things that they suggest you that are most popular on the app right now. So it's a mix of a lot of things that they are representing to you, but most of the things are going to be relative and related to the niche that you are searching, and to into the industry that you are in and you are interested in, okay? So that's important to understand. Now let's dive into some of the features that you need to use in 2022. So as I said, first of all, understand, as a business owner or as a talent or as, an entrepreneur or as someone who wants to grow his Instagram account. First of all, if we're relating it to what I said before, I'm actually going to go back one. Try to understand who is your audience. What is the niche that he's interested in? And then you need to use content that is related to it. So let's say you are a chef, okay? And you're making food. Your main content, and doesn't mean that you have to have 100% of your content only related to food, but your main content and your main message and your main conversation should be around food. It means that your hashtags should be related to food, and not only food, but your hashtags should be everything related to culinary, to your chef life, to everything related to your niche, basically. Because when people are going to search it, they're going to arrive to you. So therefore, it's very important. Think about, and we're going to talk about content pillars in just a few minutes, but think about what is that you want people to find you through, okay? Knowing that this is the algorithm and that's how it works, try to understand what is that you want people to look to find when they search those keywords and those niches to you. Let's move forward. So here are some features that you need to use in 2022, okay? So first one is the Reels. Reels are rocking right now. If you really want to get results and if you really want to get a lot of exposure, you need to use the Reels. The Reels can be up to 60 seconds videos with music and visual trends. I have a whole masterclass about Reels. Maybe we're gonna do it soon again, and I'm happy to have you there as well. Reels, it's today #1 way to really grow your account, and therefore I am bringing it as one of the most important features for 2022 that you should definitely use. Now, since IGTV has canceled, Reels are the main video format on Instagram. So you can do a regular video, but there's a higher reach when it comes to Reels, okay? The current average engagement for Instagram posts is less than 2 or 3%. It's really low. But when you are creating video, if it's just a video, it's gonna be much less exposed. But if it's a Reel, the engagement can rise up to 10% and a lot more. So this is basically one of the most important tools that you have to utilize when it comes to 2022. And I can tell you that, a lot of people are saying, oh, to go in front of a camera now. You know, I can tell you that I'm not a big fan of videos myself. You won't see me in a lot of videos, okay? But videos are so crucial in 2022 for every aspect. Every platform today, by the way, supporting videos much more than stills a lot of times, much more than just images. And it is very important to understand that and to leverage this, to take this with two hands. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect lightning. All you need to really do is have one lamp. I have your one lamp literally on in front of me, and I am sitting in, you know, in a place where it's quiet. I'm sitting in a place where there's a light, and that's it. And I'm creating this video. So I am doing this with a computer right now, but you can do that with your iPhone very easily. People love authenticity, okay? People want to see you. So you don't have to put tons of makeup and get dressed and make a whole shebang out of it. Just be you in front of a camera and people will get connected. Make sure you are bringing value. Make sure you are bringing content that is interesting them. You can do it in bullet points. You can do it, you can create the few secrets of, you know, cooking something or building something. You can give from your knowledge. You can entertain them if it's funny stuff or if it's interesting stuff. You can do tutorials about how to do all kind of stuff. People love learning on Instagram Reels. And the Instagram Reels is very, very new, and it's not very new. It's basically based on TikTok. First of all, I don't know if I mentioned that TikTok have started this, and Instagram took it to them. And it's not only just an image anymore. You know, the people are scrolling, but people are staying because it's engaging them. It's enjoyable, okay? And there is a real feed that is built inside your Instagram. So it means that people can scroll all day in the Reels, and they might bump into you if your Reel is really bringing them joy or value or anything like that. Okay, another reason to use the Reels is that it brings you new audience, okay? Most of your posts, your followers, you know, see them in your feed. But when it comes to Reels, you're gonna have new audience. People that don't know you and didn't necessarily see you before, but they're gonna see you in that scrolling feed, in the Reels feed that they're gonna scroll into. So make sure that your Reel is relevant to them. And another amazing thing is that they are potential followers because they found you because they were searching for a specific hashtag or a keyword, or you know, you have the same interests. So at the end of the day, this is a really amazing tool for you to reach new audience, to reach new potential followers, and to really gain as much exposure as possible. So this is very recommended. Let me see, I don't have any comments or anything. I see we have a few, but we're all gonna wait for them. Okay. Oh, we have more about the Reels. All right. So how you should use it, basically, creating a Reel has to be short, and it's vertical clips, of course. And you have to set up a date with trending visuals and audio. There's a way for you to pick an audio that you like, that's related to your video. And as I said, I have a masterclass related to that. You can ask me about that later on. And I might also do another one for you guys, another webinar about the masterclass. And we'll talk about it in our group, in our community as well. Also, make sure you're trying to partner up with another creator, someone else who can bring you more eyeballs from his account, okay? So when you are creating something with someone else, he's going to share it on his account, and he's going to bring you more followers and more audience to your account through his exposure and his audience. So that's another idea to pursue, and there are so many other ideas, but that's for another day. Story engagement. So story engagement stickers. So story engagement stickers are very important. Those are the stickers that are inside those stories that we have, okay? It's like mini features in the story that designs for engagement. And why is it important? We're going to talk about it right now. So there's music and captions and GIF and poll and questions and all kind of those things. Now, why we should use them, okay? First of all, people are, you know, when they're going in the feed of Instagram, they're just scrolling. That's the way they behave usually. They touch, and the stories just jump. But when they have something to do, like a poll or a question that you are posing to them, they are actually going to stop and think about it. They're going to stop and take action upon. And what happens is that they might even react or reply, and you are starting here a conversation with your potential audience. You are going to start a conversation with people that are going to become your fans or become your followers as well. And that's super crucial for building your brand and building your community. And when someone stops and answer a question or a poll, he basically become part of your community. He basically feels like he's part of the story. He feels engaged. He feels part of that process. So it is very important to use it in order to build a community, but also to get benefits by the algorithms of Instagram. Instagram loves to push things that they are creating out, and they're going to benefit you for using those stickers, because at the end of the day, for them, it is the more you use their features, the more they're going to rate you higher in their algorithms. And when they see that people react to you, and they see that people are active in your account, they're going to put you higher, maybe in the explore page, maybe at the search results. They're going to benefit you over others. So that's a very important thing. This is an example for some of the stickers that we have on Instagram. Sorry. All right. So what you can do, you can ask questions, you can do polls that interesting the audience. You can make them different graphic visuals with emojis and less texts as well. You can, and I recommend you to watch out for new features. Sometimes you have those, Veterans Day sticker. You have go vaccinate sticker. You have stay home sticker. All those cool stickers that are time limited and they're not staying for long. Whenever you use one of those, you might get a huge exposure. Sometimes I remember one day I put one of those stickers and I've reached, I'm telling you, tens of thousands of views on my story. I was shocked because the story before was less, the story after was less, but that story specifically with those stickers just flew to the sky and brought me a lot of new followers and exposure. So I am recommending you to use them as well, and to create as much engagement as possible with your audience. I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to speak to you about the live. Let me just take a look and see that everything is with us. Okay, Instagram Live. So Instagram Live is one of the most important features today, and you should definitely utilize it as much as you can. It's fun, it's easy also, and it brings you a lot of exposure to new audience if you are adding people to the conversation. Today you can add even 3 people, so you can be 4 at the conversation at the same time. So imagine when you are adding someone to the conversation, you get also his audience, and imagine you add 3 people to the conversation, then you have 3 people and all their audience is going to be involved in that live. So it is really cool. So you can go to live up to 2 hours, and I don't know what's going on, and you can go live, and collaborate with other people. Now, why you should do that? First of all the followers are getting notification when you are live, so they're all gonna come and watch you at the beginning. I always recommend from the beginning to start with something that brings value. I see a lot of people who are starting live and just sitting and waiting or saying something. They're losing the first boom when everyone is coming in to check you out. So you have to make sure that the first few minutes of the webinar of the live is actually interesting for them to stay for the continuation. Okay, that's a very important thing. Your live is going to be promoted in your story row, which is very important because people sometimes don't see your posts, but they see you each time you're uploading a story. And that's very important because they're going to see that as a live on their stories, and they might jump in to see what you're up to. And it's also a great way to create video content because after you are finishing the live, you can save it actually to your feed of your Instagram as a video. So it is very cool. It is very engaging. It brings a lot of value to the audience if you're giving good value in this live. So try to create, could be webinars, could be live interviews, could be a lot of things that you could think about it when it comes to your niche. Another thing is the Instagram shopping. it became very popular and very strong on Instagram. There's an option for you to sell physical items in your on your Instagram by opening a shop and connect it to Shopify or to any other platform that you are able to connect it with Instagram. You have to open a business account. It's very easy to switch it in the settings to a business account, and then you can actually create a shop online, and you can tag your products on your content as well. And it brings a really fun shopping experience to the audience rather than they will go to find you on Amazon or any other platform that does sales as well. Now, why we should do it? Because it makes it easier for the audience to buy from you. That's an ABC. That's like the basics. We want people to buy, so we want to make sure that it's as easy as possible for them to buy from you. Another thing is to promote your products. Even if they don't buy from you, they see what kind of products you have, and they are able to click and go ahead and go in and scroll in and see what they like, and see other items that they might like and things like that. So it is very important to do that. And also tagged content are getting priority on the algorithm. So the more you are creating shopping tags, the more the algorithm gonna prioritize you. Also, at the search, if you go to explore page and you see some categories on the top, there is a category of shopping inside there. I don't think I have a slide for that, but I'm just gonna tell you. And there is an option there that you're gonna be shown up there. And it is very important to understand that some people go to Instagram for shopping. I mean, that's a big change as well. On most of the years, people just came to Instagram as a social platform, as a place where they can, just chill, meet other people, enjoy content, etc. But on 2022, people are actually going to buy things. People are shopping online more and more. And Instagram has become a very big shopping center for a lot of people because there is a category, specific category for shopping on Instagram where people can actually go scroll through things and find the things that they love. So how to do it? You connect your e-commerce shop, you need to keep it updated and relevant, and you need to tag the products in your posts. Let's dive into long-form posts. Long-form posts means that you are using Instagram as like a microblogging platform. The more time goes, the more people are interested not only in the pictures but in the stories behind them. And we all have stories, okay? We all have story to share. We are all part of going through something. Every one of us is unique, and even every brand has a story. We have to use stories, by the way, because we want to make emotions for people on Instagram. We don't want them just to see a picture and not even know what it is about. So it is important to use long form posts. People love those days to read those, okay? It's a change that happened in 2022. A lot of people are stopping to read and be interested in those long forms. So try to share interesting info, personal stories in your caption. Try to create, Reel is providing a very distracting content, but people are coming a lot of time to sit and read content. And it's very, very crucial that you start to actually think how you're going to implement your story in those posts and make people sit and read them. Also, Instagram is getting much better on the search algorithm that they have, and the keyboard recognition means that they are seeing your words. Every word you write, they're going to see it. And I'll tell you another tip here as we speak. For that too, I know that Instagram is developing great keyword recognition and a lot of SEO tools for searching inside Instagram. And one of the tools is the alt option on the image itself. So if you hover over an image that you are uploading on Instagram, you are also able to add description. And a lot of times if you have description that is like the long form post that you have, or content that describes what's in the picture, it's going to be catched by Instagram and you're going to be benefits by their algorithms. So I hope that was clear enough because I just had to add it out there. It is a very important tool to use as well. I hope you guys all okay. I'm just going to go do a glance and see that everything, no questions. All right, I'm going to move forward to our next slide. Now, I recommend everyone, and I've been doing this for years, it's not new, but work with content pillars, okay? What are content pillars? Content pillars are kind of the subjects which create the infrastructure, of your grid look and feel, okay? That means it's the way you divide your grid. We have a whole masterclass about that too, and I might do another one soon, so stay tuned on that in our group, again, in our community chat. But when you are building your content pillar, try to think what relevant topics people are going to be interested in your community. Yeah, what are your targeted audience going to be interested in? What kind of content you're going to upload? What's the message that you're going to deliver? What the look and feel of the account, of the content. And it's very important to build around those content pillars. So how do you actually do that? Basically, your content pillars are built from your brand's value and message. Try to understand what is your brand value and message that you want to deliver. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what is your audience pain point and what are their interests, okay? And those going to be your content pillars. It's going to be a combination of your message, what you want to deliver, and the audience pain points and interests. Means that if you're for example, if you're creating, let's say, a chef again, I'm married to a chef, so it pops up on my mind. Or let's say you're a restaurant, okay? And a restaurant, you always have to think, what is the message you want to deliver and what is the pain point on the interests of people when it comes to your restaurant. So content pillars could be, behind the scenes of the restaurant, because people are interested to know what's going on there. How do you cook this? How do you make that? And also it's part of your values and the message that you want to deliver. That could be one content pillar. Another content pillar could be the products in themselves, the ingredients of the food, the dishes, the restaurant. What are the products that you are bringing out? And that could be another content pillar that you are building. And another one could be special recipes that you're creating. So that's going to bring a lot of value to your audience. And that's also going to solve their pain points. They want to know what kind of food you're making, how do you making it, that's their interest. So you have to really think how you combine those two and build your content pillars. And again, I have a whole masterclass about that. We might do it in a different webinar. We're going to host those webinars probably once a month, maybe even twice a month. I'm still debating on that, but we might do that as well really soon. So that will be your content pillars section. There are a few applications that I recommend you to use when it comes to build your content on Instagram. There's Later app. Later enables you to reorganize your content in advance before you are uploading it on Instagram, because right now you cannot really upload content on Instagram and have it and display it before you publish it. You have to publish content. So there are a lot of apps like Later, like Unum, like Preview, that are actually let you organize, edit, drag and drop those pictures into your kind of Instagram look and feel to see how it looks in advance, and then you can upload it on Instagram itself. I remind you again, if you have questions, you can write them down, and we also have a gift for you at the end, so make sure you're staying with us, and I'll move forward. We're almost getting to the end, by the way, but I want to do a task all together, okay? What I want you to do now, we are going to talk about creating collaborations to increase engagement, okay? One of the tricks for the algorithms of Instagram is really creating collaborations with bigger names or bigger influencers in order to actually bring out the I'm sorry, I was distracted. In order to really bring out your message. So you want to make sure that you are connecting with either people with more audience than you, or either other experts in your field that have the same interest as you and have audience that is new audience for you, to actually collaborate with them and create different either story or post or reel or even live to collaborate with them. And we're going to do here a task all together, okay? So creating collaboration on Instagram is a lot of time it's your profile is tagged on someone else's post or a story, as I said. And also you can do it for a payment or just for exposure basics. Everyone do it for different reasons as well. Why is it good? First of all, Instagram algorithms benefits you when someone else is tagging you in their stories. So let's say someone would upload something related to that webinar today and is going to tag me. If I'm going to share it, first of all, I am getting benefits by the fact that someone has tagged me. But if I'm going to share it on my stories, then you are going to be getting exposure and benefited by the algorithm of Instagram, because they're going to see that I have been sharing you. And the more bigger the account, the better results you're going to have. Also, you're going to get exposure from the audience of the other person, as I said before. Let's do an exercise together, okay? What I want you to do now, I want you to pick up your iPhones or your smartphones. It could be any smartphone is good, Android, whatever. You have Samsung, whatever. Pick up your phone and go into your Instagram. But stay with me. I don't want to lose you somewhere on Instagram stories now, okay? Go to your story. What I want you to do is I want you to go to, we're going to do an exercise with my account. So my personal account has over 100,000 of followers and a big exposure. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually collaborate with you guys. So I want you to take a picture of the next slide and post it and on the stories, okay? This is the slide. What you need to do now is just go to your Instagram, take a picture of this and tag me in your picture right now, so I will see it on my stories, okay? And when I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna actually share it on my stories to be able to expose you to my audience. So I'm going to give you eyeballs to my audience, and you are going to get this exposure for me, and we're all going to grow with the algorithm together, okay? So let's do it. All you need to do is take a picture of this frame specifically and make sure that you are posting it to your Instagram, and you can tag me. You can also use the stickers. You can also use the things that we have learned today. You can add music, you can add a poll, you can add just a fun sticker if you want, a GIF, go to the GIFs, you can write down something that is related to you, and just make sure that when you're doing this, you are tagging me, and it's on the stories and not as a post, and I will be able to share you on my stories and get you my followers' eyeballs to your account, okay? So I'm gonna take few more seconds only letting you do that. In the meantime, I'm going to take a sneak peek to see if we have any questions. I see in the chat we have some questions, and I'm going to answer you in just a few minutes about the questions. Okay, we're almost there. So first of all, I hope you all took the picture, and we're going to move forward. So these are the really important nuggets for building your account. There's so many other things, but these are the really big nuggets for today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to first of all explain you a little bit about what we offer for you, because we have now a one-time chance for you to actually win this thing. And I am going to I never take my time. I never have a time for anything. I raise a baby, and I'm pregnant. I got my business running. But I am going today to pick 10 people only that I'm going to give my personal time to them. Okay, we're going to do a one-on-one masterclass for 40 minutes with me personally on the call, when we are going to go through everything that you want, how to build a winning content strategy for your account, or how to build your content pillars, and how to use the reels, more tips and tricks, how to reach your audience, how to grow your followers, how to upload and when, etc. All the nuggets that you need personally to know about your business and your content as well. And today we're going to give it only for $5.99 instead of $12.50. That's what I've been using for so long. And usually I don't show up myself. It's always my team who are giving the consultation. But today I really want to give it to you personally. So all you need to do is go to the support and let us know that you are interested in the one-on-one, in our option number one for the personal masterclass. And I am going to be there for you. We're going to nail it together. I'm going to give you some amazing tools and suggestions on how to nail this in 2022, how to build your strategy, how to reach your audience, what kind of tools you should use, and what kind of things you should implement if you haven't yet. So that will be option number one. Obviously, for everyone else who wants, we have 20% here on this webinar for the next 48 hours. For all our services, all you need to do is use this code social2021 and email it to our support team, and we'll be able to give you one of those services for 20% off. We have content strategy, as I said. We do management. We do online business consultation. We do workshops. We do ads and promotions, and we have marketing tools. We have different tools for exposure and growth. We do the web development and all those kind of tools. So all you need to do is really send the code social2021, and we'll get back to you with checking with you what kind of service you want to have. And our other option is to build you the full strategy for you. We know how to take your account, we know how to analyze it, how to build it, how to build your look and feel, how to build your value, understand your audience, search the market, build for you the grid, and basically give you all the tools and things that you need in order to really grow your account and your business. And that's for only $980 instead of $1,985. And that's only for you today. For everyone who's going to email that to us as well. We also have a community that we are growing exponentially on Facebook. So I'm welcoming each and every one of you to actually join our community as well, and to receive all the nuggets and hits and tricks and articles that we're sending and sharing with everyone online as well. It's on Facebook. All you need to do is go to Social Lady Boss Community on Facebook and join us as well over there. And also we have a gift for you today, all right? So I'm super happy to give you our gift for free, of course. And those are real background designs that we have created for you, and we're happy to send it to you. All you need to do is send us an email with those designs, with the word, our gift, with the word gift, and we'll be happy to send you this gift directly to you. So I remind you again, you can do a masterclass with me, one-on-one with me. Super happy to talk to you, explain you, direct you, show you the way, give you the basics, and guide you on how you want to do that. Or you can take the full strategy that we know how to build for you and make sure that you are going with this to 2022 in the best way to start your year, to get clients, to get exposure, to get support, to get growth, to build a community, to build your brand, to actually implement all that in that strategy that you can execute yourself. We can also execute for you. That's why we have the services as well. So you're welcome also to join our services and send us and to receive one of our services for 20% off in the next 48 hours. We're giving that for you only. And now, guys, I am very excited to answer your questions. Let me see. I think we have a lot of people asking questions. Let me see. We have the questions here. Questions section. Let me see how we do that. Let me see. Okay, I have some questions and I'm going to answer them right now. Capture why some reels I post get more than 4K and some under 100 views. Okay, someone is asking, actually Katya is asking why some of her posts, why some of her reels are getting a lot of exposures and some of them less. What you need to do, guys, when it comes to that, when it happens to you, you need to analyze and understand what you did right. What was that content that succeeded for you? What kind of music you put? What hour did you uploaded it? What kind of type of content was it? What type of visuals? How many slides did you use? Was it a video? Was it pictures? Analyze it. The more you analyze things, the more you understand how things are working. And if something worked for you, do it again. Do again the same thing in a different content, but the same context, because it seems that your audience loves that. Okay, it could be also a very trendy song that you have used that Instagram loves it and they promote it on the reels. It could be a sticker or something that you have added and Instagram promoted it that day. So it happens as well that Instagram promoting things periodically, and you just happen to be there at the right time. But most of the time, if you have good content and you're being constant, be constant, constantly upload content, reels, create, and you'll see how you're going to grow constantly, how you're going to grow exponentially, and the more you analyze, the more you understand the things that happen to you on Instagram as well. Let's see if we have, I hope that answer your question. I see Meital is asking, over 1 minute is still real, or you load in it a different way? Oh, over 1 minute. You cannot all upload a reel that is over 1 minute. You can create, you cannot create, you can upload longer videos, but you cannot create any more. The reel is up to 1 minute. There's no option for you to create a reel that is up to 1 minute. It's just gonna stop you. It's gonna crop your video. It's gonna show you like it's a cropped video, so it won't let you continue from there, just so you know. Okay. I see a question from Naomi, and she says, what is the best time or day to do post lives, IG stories, and reels? This is a great question. So a lot of people are debating what is the best time for actually uploading things or creating content, and in the end of the day, the most important thing is understanding that every audience has different needs, different hours, different culture, different way of behaving online. Now, I usually recommend to upload posts in the mornings, but again, it changes so much from audience to audience. You can do it also at the evenings. During the day, people are working, they're massively busy, but as I'm saying that, we are in COVID times, so a lot of people sometimes are just home and they're scrolling all day long, so times have changed as well. As I said, this is an ever-changing app. This is all the time changing, so you want to make sure that you are trying things. You're experimenting. I'm sorry, that's the word I was looking for. You're experimenting those things, and you can try and see how your posts are going to work in the morning, how your posts are going to work in the evening, and you will get the feel of what works better. Usually, for my personal audience and for my personal usage, I upload content early in the morning because people, before they get to work, they wake up and they scroll into their Instagrams and they're checking out the content. When it comes to live, you can see how many people are live right now. So when you are going to live video, you can actually click on that and see how many people are right now present. And you can always go and see that and make actually kind of an experiment and see every hour how many people are there active on your Instagram right now, so they might see your live. Okay, so you can actually analyze it and understand it before you are going to do live. Same goes to reels. It all depends on your audience. If your audience are kids, for example, they will not be awake at nights, right? But if your audience are teenagers, they might see it when they party hard outside. And again, it's COVID time, so things are different. And a lot of people, grown-ups, watching the news at 8 or 9 p.m. and while they're scrolling their Instagrams, because they have 1 minute after they put the kids to sleep to actually sit and relax. I don't know if you guys are doing it at 8 or 9. I do, but she's still 2 years old, so I don't know. So that will be my answer for that. Someone asked me, how do we get to $5.99 deals? Should we send the call to support? It's the $5.99. It's you can just send it to support that you are interested in that deal. That's it. You can send me just to support@social-lady. Whatever, we have option 1, 2, and 3. What option you want to work with? I remind you, option 1 is do one-on-one with me. Option 2 is get our services for 20% off all our services. And option number 3 is building your strategy, okay, your full strategy. And I'm super happy to be here to support you and to build it for you for 2022. How do we get the Reels background? Again, send me an email, support@sociallady.com, and we'll be happy to send you the Reels for free with love so you can enjoy it. What else? How did the text affect in your last story? How did the text affect in your last story? I don't understand the question very much. If you want to rephrase it, it's great. Rick is saying, I've been posting daily. You suggest twice or 3 times a day. I know Reels and stories are much better, but until I put together content, your thoughts? To my understanding, your question, Rick, at the end of the day, look, Instagram wants you to be as active as possible. Okay, they want you actually to to take part of the they want you to be active as possible. Okay, so it means that even if you upload every day a post, it's good because because Instagram will see it. But the only thing is that when you're uploading a post on Instagram, they will it takes time for the engagement to pop in. Okay, so if you're posting every day, then the engagement of the last post is it's going to stop grow. If you're uploading posts once in 2 or 3 days, so the people who didn't see your post yesterday might come today and see that post and might comment and like it. So it's gonna grow as you go. You know what I mean? So the more you leave it on top, the more chances you get engagement on it. But if you're uploading day after day after day posts, they don't get the time to actually gain exposure and gain this the engagement that you're wishing for. And the more you have engagement, the better the algorithm is going to benefit you. So you want to make sure that your posts are enough time at the air in order to receive that engagement. I hope that was clear. They have suggestions of adding hashtags in stories and make small. Let me tell you something about hashtags, okay? And if you have more questions, it's the time to write them down. But the hashtags, the way it works, first of all, it's great to add hashtags into stories because in the hashtag search, they're going to appear. And when the hashtag appears, you're going to appear in the hashtag. They're either in the most popular or either in the ordered by time. But you are going to appear there. So it is good to add hashtags. We didn't talk about hashtags. There's a whole masterclass about hashtags and how to utilize them. That's a whole thing. But it is very important to use hashtags also in your posts, also in your stories. And I'm also recommending not to use only small hashtags, but to use also the larger ones, but not only. So for example, some people, writing the word hashtag dog. Dog is a very general word. It has millions of posts that are using it, millions of stories that are using it. You want to try to do something more niche or more long-tailed hashtags, like I love my dog, or I love my husky Siberian, or something that is more niche, and then it's more likely to have less people who are using it, and then you're going to appear on the top much longer of the results of the search results of that hashtag. So when people go into that search results, they're going to see the last post on the top. And if you are one of millions, then you're going to disappear very fast. But if you are one of 100,000, then you're going to stay longer in the top of the post of the search results. I hope that did make sense. But that's about the hashtags. Hey, is your team is helping refining product offer back end of Instagram? I need help refining my offer. Yes, 100%. That's what we do. We love to just email me to support@sociallady.com. We are helping to build the story, to build the message, to understand what's the offer and how to present it as a part of the strategy that we are building. So you can also get the discount today for that strategy as well. Should I convert my personal Instagram to a business to start a new one or start a new one? My business is me being an author. Guys, very, very important. I recommend, especially if you are the person in the front, definitely don't start a new one. Use your own account to promote your business, unless you are doing something that, I have my own business in a separate account, but I have a big business that has a team on the back and has, it has a lot of services that we're providing. So that's a different story. But I am mixing a lot of my business and my personal account. And people love people. People will connect to accounts who are humanized, who are personalized, who have someone who can answer questions, someone that can give them answers, that can consult them, that can guide them, that they can trust. So you don't want to mix that. You don't want to separate that. So you don't want to do your personal account and running an account on Instagram. It's a lot of work. You don't want to start manage two accounts. You can manage your own account by mixing your business and your personal on it. That's what I would recommend, especially if you are the author. I see the name is Os. I think it's Osnat, if I'm not mistaken. So the answer is for you, girl. So yeah, being the person, being the face of your brand, it's definitely something that I would recommend you to keep, and just switch your account into a business account instead of personal account. Make it a business account so you can see statistics, you can add contact information, you can do a lot of things in that account, but not separating them. It makes no sense unless you want to upload very, very personal things to your private account, and then yeah, you can do that. You can separate them if you have something very private that you don't want to share. But usually think business wise. Think this account as your business account, and make sure you mix your personal behind the scenes. People love to see behind the scenes. They love to see your personal account growth, and how do you manage that, and who you are, and learn about you and about your business through that personal account. Let me see if I have more questions came up, and I remind you again, don't miss out this opportunity. I'm super happy to be here for you guys. I do those one-on-ones. I barely do, really. And I am always, let me also stop sharing this. Okay, now you can see me, I think. So usually I don't do one-on-ones a lot because I'm a super, we say in Hebrew, belshona me'ata, super busy human being, with my company and my two actually businesses, and my baby, and I'm pregnant. So millions of things at once. And usually I have an amazing team that helps and do consultation. But this time I want to do a one-on-one with you guys. So make sure you take that opportunity, and just email us, option number 1, if you want to consult with me. Option number 2, if you want to get any other service from us, we can go over with you on what we have. And option number 3 would be definitely building you the strategy and hand it to you so you can execute it. And you will know exactly what to do for the next 12 months, and build your presence, and get your clients, and get your sales, and get growth and results as well. Let me see if I have more questions coming up. Okay, so we have a few more questions before we wrap up. What is enough? I see that Adir is asking, wait, I see a few more actually. I see a digitalit, hello. In your recent story, there is an effect of the words you speak. I have the only songs and not the speech. I would love to know how you did that. There is a function named captions. It's one of the features on my Instagram. So a lot of countries have different options. Maybe you don't have it in your country. I think you're in Israel probably, because I see the Hebrew. And maybe you don't have it in your country. And also some of them are only beta. So they're always exploring different things on different accounts, but there is an option of a button says captions, and it enables you to actually add captions to your story. If you check out my stories, you can see that the last one I really have only the stories caption. What is enough reasonable time per post to see engagement? Posts can see engagement, and it really depends what kind of post. As I said, reels are keeping on growing even more after time. But when it comes to post engagement, it's usually in the first day you see the most engagement. In the first hour, usually you see the most engagement. And when it comes to if you have different avenues, and we're going to talk about it in a different webinar. If you have different avenues, like you're posting this in a group chat, if you're posting it to your community after, you can share it on your blog. You can have people repost this. You can keep the engagement growing, but the most of engagement happening in the first hour or so for your account. But sometimes also it lasts more, but it really depends on your account, on your content, on your audience, on how many followers you have, how much exposure, how much the algorithm benefits you, etc. I registered my own hashtag. What do you think about this? Your own hashtag is great. First of all, it separates you from others. You have to check that no one else is using it. So when someone write it, you want to make sure that you're the only one who is using it, and you're not going to have millions of other pictures inside that. But just remember that you have to do something that people are searching actually, unless you just want to brand yourself. And it's great. You should brand yourself. I mean, I used to do Tal Navarro, hashtag Tal Navarro. I kind of stopped that, but I used to do it, and it just brought, when someone clicked on it, it brought him to a place where everyone who did hashtag Tal Navarro, you could see everything that anyone used to tag it. So it is good. It is great. It's good for branding, and you can use it in for multiple reasons in events and stuff. You can tell people, go ahead and hashtag this and that, and that's going to separate. For example, if you're doing an event, you can tell people, go ahead and hashtag event XYZ, okay? And then you can see who was in the event, what kind of pictures they uploaded, etc. It is nice to use as well. How many hashtags should appear on a post and a reel? So the number of hashtags that I am recommending on is using around 10. Those the ones that I am using usually, and I usually use them on the caption itself when I'm using hashtag, because I have a lot of engagement. So me myself, I'm not all the time using hashtags, but it is recommended to use hashtags. You can also use the maximum of 30 hashtags, but the algorithm, since it changed so much, the latest recommendation that I've received is using 10 hashtags and mix the big ones with the small ones. Put more emphasis on smaller ones rather than the bigger ones with millions, to make sure that you are receiving the most exposure from it. And also make sure that you use different hashtags on different posts as well. Okay, I'm gonna get more, like 1 or 2 more questions, and then we're gonna wrap up. Well, we have just 1 or 2 more questions. What's the difference between the creator account and the business account? The creator account enables you to have different features that are more flexible for creators. You have the opportunity for you to have different features and different hashtags, and also it's been different stickers and stuff like that. But also it is a new way for creators to work with Instagram itself. On Instagram itself, you are able to see your posts. On Facebook itself, you can go to Facebook and see on the creator area your posts and your comments and everything in one place, so you can organize it when it comes to your creator. So it is very, very interesting to see Instagram all the time changing it. It's now on kind of a beta, and they are always pushing out new things when it comes to the creator and the business one. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think that we are out of question. Oh, I see Dahlia, I'm sorry, just wrote, I posted your picture in my stories. Yeah. I'll share you. Don't worry, I'll share you. What do you need to monetize on Reels? Well, Reels are letting you today monetize with them, and all you need to do, well, not everyone get it yet. I know that I got it and some other people got it. Maybe you did too. And that means that they are, the more you create Reels and the more they have exposure, the more you can make money from it. So the more you do it, the more you gain, exposure and money. But again, it's not a lot. Even if I did a lot of Reels and I didn't make millions of dollars yet. I'm gonna make millions in different ways, I guess. But that's it, guys. I was happy to share and support. And remember to email me to support@social-lady.com for any questions that you have about our giveaways today, about our services, anything that you need. And I wish you a great day, a great rest of your day. And I'm going to see you in our next webinar. Don't forget to subscribe to our community by going to my last post on Instagram and write the word community, and you can join to our growing community. And also you can go to the Facebook, to the Lady Boss, to our Lady Boss community, the Social Lady Boss community, that we are growing there exponentially, and we're sharing a lot of secret and hacks and tricks and stuff. So I had a big fun. Thank you so much for joining in, and I see all your thanks, and I had really fun, and I hope you did as well. And I look forward to see you next time, and I look forward to work with you. Would love to see you all. Thank you very much. Bye for now.